So one of my followers on Twitter, most likely a subscriber, sent me this article to this story that is very disturbing in a multitude of ways. So in this picture, it's kind of blurry, but if you can make it out, you can kind of tell what's going on here. And it looks like it's not looking like it is an image of these students at this school. And you can tell right there that the more darker toned student is standing there, and it looks like he has something around his neck. Well, basically what happened was there was this video that just went viral where they said that these students at this Georgia school were pretending to lynch an Ethiopian classmate. Now, when I first looked at it, I'm thinking, did they get a dummy, like, a mannequin, like a darker toned mannequin, and do this with, something like that? No, actually, it turns out that the Ethiopian student went along with this. That's an actual person right there that is actually going along with this supposed pretend lynch thing. As far as I am concerned, this is exactly why many black people in America who are American born do not like foreign born black people, outside of some, maybe some superficial things. But this right here, because now if what I'm gathering is true, they are making a mockery of something that black Americans have gone through for years, especially during a certain era in this establishment's dark history. And it's funny because you will have a lot of people from the continent who will not even look at black people here as their brother or their sister. And I've seen a video where one of them actually said that to a reporter. But they'll let the Chinese come in there and bring whatever it is they have coming with them right now. I remember seeing a picture where in the midst of this coronavirus going on, you had some Chinese people coming over, getting off a plane. A couple days later, I see a picture from the same source where a black person over there, an African, was wearing a face mask. Now, you wasn't wearing that a couple days ago, but now you're wearing one now. After you just let some Chinese people over there. So you'll let them come over there and do quote unquote business deals and let them run you out of your nations that you've worked so hard to maintain, but you have animosity towards American black people because of what media propaganda has put out there. So I'm going to go ahead and read this article coming from the Atlanta Black Star and see what else we can find out. A college prep academy in Atlanta has indefinitely suspended several students seen in a social media video pretending to lynch a black classmate in one of the school's restrooms. Cristo Ray Atlanta Jesuit High School President Bill Garrett condemned the disturbing clip, which started circulating among students and parents this week, and also posted online. We had an unfortunate and reprehensible incident this week that involved a number of our students, Garrett said in a statement obtained by the Atlanta Black Star. This type of behavior will not be tolerated. The students are on indefinite suspension as we do a comprehensive investigation of the situation and determine an appropriate course of action. Street justice would be preferred, but The grainy video obtained by Atlanta stations WGCL TV CBS 46 shows several male students with their heads and faces wrapped in white paper towels and only their eyes showing. Now, I wonder why they did that. Wrapped in paper towels and having only their eyes shown. Why does that sound like a Klan's hood, a Klansman hood? Why does that sound like that? Oh, because that's what they were supposed to be imitating. Meanwhile, the black student, who's Ethiopian, stands with the tissue paper wrapped around his neck, then tied to a bathroom stall, which is the one you see right there in the middle. A concerned parent who reported the video to school officials said it was filmed by another black student who walked in on the incident and shared the video with his parents. In a letter sent to the school community, Cristo Ray officials decried the extremely shocking and appalling incident, adding that it had met with students involved and would make counselors available to speak with anyone impacted by the offensive video. Cristo Ray, according to staff, is 56% Latino, 40% black, 2% Asian, and 2% Caucasian. So you can see that this is a school that's more geared towards non-white individuals, with the Latinos being in the lead as far as the head demographic. Now, how much you want to bet that the Latino population is probably the ones that's in this video pretending to probably be in the Klan? Remember, this is 56%. Granted, it could be a good chance that that small 2% of the palm color there could have been involved. But as far as I know, this is 40% black. Well, we see one of the 40% right there. And the other one was the one who just happened to walk in and just started recording it. And that's how the video got out there. That's why we have been saying this black and brown coalition does not work. And I'm going to need other black people to snap out of it. It does not work. It has never worked. And it won't work. No matter how hard you want it to, it just ain't happening. Student Kennedy Barkley told CBS 46 the video left her a bit uneasy. Very shocking and disheartening to know that somebody I sit next to in class, somebody who I present my projects with, somebody who I talk to on a daily basis at lunch, the fact that you feel this way towards me, said Barkley. Schoolmate William Bradley agrees, saying the school wasn't doing enough to address racist incidents. So this lets me know right here, when he says incidents, that means that this school has gone through racial incidents before in the past. And the only reason they probably didn't talk about it is because it didn't go viral. Remember, this person who recorded this wasn't there when they were doing this. They just happened to walk in on it and pulled their phone out and recorded it. And that's how it got out there. I think the racial discrimination that plays a part in this world definitely made its way into Cristo Rey, he said. You see that in the video, and we see that walking up and down the stairs every day. An investigation into the video is ongoing. Civil rights leader and former Atlanta Mayor Andrew Young, oh God, that clown, is planning to speak to the student body, and the school reportedly is working with the National Center for Civil and Human Rights in the creation of an educational program. See, this is the thing. They keep handling stuff like this too kid-like. It's like going into the land of Oz. They need to deal with this on a more street level. You know, maybe a Scared Straight program might get them set right. I don't know. But like I said, based on what I'm reading, this Ethiopian student right here, as far as I know, went along with this. And that's disrespectful to our ancestors and people who have been lynched. What state was that just created that anti-lynching thing with Emmett Till, even though we know that thing was long overdue? Or was that a federal thing? I think that was a federal thing, if I'm not mistaken. This would be a good time to try to implement it. But then again, because he went along with it and it was supposed to be seen as a prank or them pretending, like I said, that makes this Ethiopian student just as responsible, because they were mocking black people being lynched and he went along with it. And remember, they said the population is 56% Latino, 40% black, and everyone else is way down below. So like I said, I would not be surprised if 56%, or some of that 56% of those Latinos that were there were the ones who went along with it. But because the picture is so grainy, it's hard to tell. But we know who we can definitely make out in this picture just by looking at it. This, like I said, this is another notch on the belt where a lot of black Americans cannot vibe well with a lot of Latinos and Mexicans and whoever, and those illegal immigrants. And, you know, things like that. And even those who come from the continent are the same exact way. But they'll link up with everybody else freedom once they get that green card, and then they'll completely shun us just like we've been shunned by everybody else since we've been here. We're used to it by now. But it's just that now we have the voice to call the BS out for what it is and call a spade a spade. That's fine, because they gonna get what's coming to them. And I bet you some of them Latinos right there were probably scared when ICE was really on the rise and was probably coming for them. I wonder how many of them are here legally. I bet if you dig into some of their past, you'll find that most of them probably are not. But that's all I have to say as it pertains to this right here. But like I said, these are the same people that will want us to feel bad for them when something happens to them, but they want to make fun of when we going through something and make fun of our pain. I'm sorry, I feel absolutely nothing when something does happen to you. I really do. Oh well. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Twitter if you haven't done so already. Have your notifications turned on, and I will talk to you in the next one.